Everybody is taking the test. I have Kevin taking one part of it now. And there may be one other online student out there that hadn't taken the test. I'm gonna go over it, live stream it, so obviously I could not give you this part of the test. I'd have to make up another one. But, first thing we wanna do is go over the, Scantron. Georgia, was that your book up there?
Yeah, that's my
Okay. Next one, give everybody else.
We're in the,
Got an award. Yeah, I have to play something, so down, see Michelle. We're forgiving people. Okay, number one, they've got the awards compiled. And I know about 5 in here were on the list. And they don't have a lot of money this year, but it's, it's at least 400 for junior seniors. 500 for the overall senior. But, Michelle wanted me to tell you all, it's not a secret, come by and pick up your letter. But Giorgio won one of the awards, Lorenzo won one of the awards, and Tanda won one of the awards. So if you see Lorenzo, tell him to pick up his letter. And Tanda, is there any way you can tell her, Olivia, she won't be here to choose, and the awards are on Tuesday. But she needs to be here. All of you need to be here, if you can, at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. At least you'll get the VITA and the business certificate for VITA and the IRS certificate. And Georgia, Lorenzo, after class, go down and see Michelle. She got a letter for you. So if you didn't win one of the awards. But I hate to see our money go out the country. But, not able to go to Denmark, right?
hopefully.
Okay, this part of the test, folks, one person got all 17. That was Miss Olivia. So, you cheat from anybody? You couldn't have. Because no one has a perfect faith. Two other people got 16. That was Olivia, Tanda and Lorenzo. So we got 16 or 17 on this part. That was great. But there was a bunch of 13s. So grades on this part were good. Okay, number one, at the break-even point, fixed costs are. Your answer was B, equal to the contribution margin. Okay, given the following notation, what is the break-even level in units? That's the old break-even we always use. So number 2 was D, fixed cost over SP minus BC, or I also always said 1 minus variable cost, because 1 was always selling price. 3, break-even analysis assumes over the relevant regular that total variable costs are linear. Now, that might be something I didn't stress in class. 4, in a multiple product firm, the product that has the highest contribution margin per unit. Number 4, the answer is C. Generate the most profit for each unit sold.
It's not B.
Wait a minute, let me look at that one again. In a multiple product firm, the product that has the highest contribution margin per unit. The higher the better, we know that.
Look up the highest contribution margin.
Generate the most profit for each unit sold. No, it has to be C. It generates the most profit after you take out fixed costs. Because no, you can take that ratio, I can figure out numbers where there's not much profit at all. Number 5, the margin of safety is a key concept of CBP. And number 5, the answer was D, difference between budget sales and break even. C. That was one way of looking at it. We looked at another one. Number 6, as project net income increases. Number 6, degree of operating leverage declines. That's A. Number 7, a managerial preference for a very low degree of operation leverage might indicate 7 would be B, and a decrease in sales volume is expected. All right. Those might have been some concepts, some of you should have got just by working problems. Relevant range, I never did mention that too much. Linear, never mentioned that one. Now you've got problems. And number 8 is A. What is the degree of operating leverage? 3.67. Number 9, the answer is D. Based on the cost and relevant structure, revenue structure, on the income statement, what is the break-even point in dollars? What you do in units, you always can do it in dollars by multiplying by the sales price. Or you can use the original break-even and it gives you units direct. All right, so number 10, the answer is C. Any of these you have a question about, we'll take time to go through it, I hope. Number 11, the answer is A. What was the real product company sales price per unit? Number 12, what is the real product company's projected margin of safety? Number 12, the answer is B. Number 13. Number 13, the answer is C, $3. Let's see what was expected. All right, number 14, refer to new information. The answer is $12,000, which, let's see, 14, D. 15, the answer is B on 120.
Well, how? 16. How did you get 120?
Well, let's wait a minute. We'll look at number 16. C is 3. Number 17. The answer is B, 400,000. All right, now we only have one request for number 15. And okay, help me out. What is the formula, number 15, degree of operating leverage? What is that formula?
Profit before taxes divided by the contribution margin.
All right. That's just your net income, really, before taxes, divided by contribution margin. All right. Now here, what was your contribution margin, Giorgio?
Contribution margin was
First off, what was your break even? If Stewart Company achieves its projections, what will its degree of operating leverage be? What is its projections? They want to earn a profit before taxes, what, of 10,000?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to see if this works. If that is their objection. Now, your contribution margin, how many units do you have to sell to make $10,000? How many units do you have to sell to make $10,000? Well, we can do it a different, huh?
12,000.
All right. Here's another way to do it, I think. Projected sales price is $7, right? What is your contribution margin? Projected sales price 7, your variable cost is 2, your contribution margin is 5. All right. How many units you say we had to sell?
12,000.
Oh, something's not going to work here. Do you have that written down, Olivia? You got what? Yeah, how you got 15? All right, what was, fixed cost was 50,000. What was projected sales? How much? You reverse that. You had to divide 60 by 50, right?
No, we don't have to do that.
No, wait a minute. I know that's taking a long way around.
Here, here, this is what I mean.
If you divided 60 by 50, that would give you 1.2. Okay, now what have you got?
So if Stewart Company achieves its projections, so the projection is to sell 12,000 units.
Right.
So the formula is contribution margin divided by the profit before taxes. We have to calculate the contribution margin with this projection, 12,000 units.
No, the projection is for 60,000.
No.
Yes. There are two separate questions.
60,000, what it said.
It doesn't refer to the previous question. It refers to the original problem. Like if you multiply 60,000 times 7, you get 420,000. 420. Yeah, and then you divide it by 420,000 minus 120,000. That's 300. That's 300, and then you divide 420,000.
All right, now what was contribution margin? $5. All right. Projected sales price is $7. Then your contribution margin would be $5. What is 5 times 60,000? What is 5 times 60,000?
300.
All right, somebody divide 300. Let me see what we come up with here into 420,000. 1 point what?
4. Yeah, but the thing is,
All right, if we look at the formula and we find projected sales of 420,000, projected contribution margin of 300, the answer would have been 1.4. We don't have that as an answer. 1.2 would be the closest, of course. So what are we doing wrong?
Formula is contribution margin divided by the profit before taxes.
All right. Okay, let's do that. What is the contribution margin? 120,000. And fixed cost is 50,000. So your net income would be what, 70,000?
120,000 is the variable cost.
By what?
Is the variable cost. 120,000 is not the contribution margin. Like the contribution margin would be.
No, variable cost. You're right, 2 times 60 is 120.
So if you get like 420,000 minus 120,000, the contribution margin is 300,000.
Right, contribution margin would be 420 minus 120. We had it down here, that's 300.
I think you might be right.
All right, now what are you gonna take out of that? You're gonna take fixed cost out?
Yeah, that will be 250,000.
That would be 250. Now let's
Profit before taxes.
try dividing 250 into 300.
0.48.
No, it's more than 1. Divide 250 into 300.
300 divided by 2. 1.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's right. It refers to the question 14. It refers to the question number 14, so it would be 10,000. It would be the contribution margin.
1.2.
Like,
What would that give you, Giorgio?
1.2.
1.2. Now this is it right here. This is contribution margin, and this is net income at the projected 60,000. So you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, how many did you get right? I want to multiply that by 3. Whatever you got right, multiply it by 3. Olivia would obviously have in part 1 of this scan drawing, should have 51, Olivia. That's 51. Now you see that's over half of your grade. And 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 are good. Anything below 10 is not good. Okay. All right, now the rest of your text.
I have more questions.
All right.
How do you explain like the first question? At the break-even point, fixed costs are always equal to the contribution margin.
Yeah, because when you subtract fixed costs from contribution margin, you get 0. That's why it's break even.
If fixed cost minus contribution margin is 0.
All right. Real quick, Giorgio.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, I'll show you that real simple. Sales is equal to $100, okay? Variable cost is equal to $60. What does that leave me for contribution margin? Now, if I want to break even, what is fixed cost? Now, did that answer your question? Okay. All right, you can keep this part of the test. I don't need it anymore. We'll not get the same thing later. Now, all right, give everybody a page from the top and a page from the bottom. Page from the top and a page from the bottom. It'll work out, I think. Yeah. All right, you have received the test that I had on the computer. Okay. Now, we're we've got to look at this one again.
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, you don't have it with you?
No, I do have it. In fact, I do have it.
I found those two bonds somewhere. It's not been from the test bank. I'll have an H key. I have not had time to make an H key, so we will make an H key like that. Let's see. I know. Make sure your chest. Oh, gosh. That'll be right here. Okay, George. Two. Okay.
Oh, you want to grade those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we all have a copy of the test. We have a copy of, two problems, which was one. And this is 49 points, if you're correct. 51, of this is 49. Okay, let's see how well you're doing on the 49. Now, on this first part, refer to Santa Fe music. The average cost of the keyboard is $500. Merchandise is paid for in the month following its purchase. We only have 1 month lag time. All expenses are paid in the month in which they are incurred, so that makes it easy. Prepare a purchase budget for December to March. All right, you have December, January, February. You have the payroll, the insurance, the rent, depreciation, taxes. Now, keep in mind, in addition to above costs, enough keyboards are purchased each month to maintain inventory of 40% of projected next month's sales. For required sales, 40% of that would be 16, 40% of 50, 45, and 40% of 60, 40% of 40. All right, now, then prepare a cash disbursement budget for Santa Fe music for the first 3 months of the next year, which is January, February, March. Okay, what was your January disbursement? Problem one, Georgia,
Disbursements,
for January.
45,400.
It's got 45,400. Does that match anybody? All right, okay, how about February, where you're at?
59,800.
Right up 59,800. Lydia, 59,800. Okay. How about March, Georgia?
54.
51,
4,000.
54,000. You got 54,000? All right. That is problem one. Part one. If you got that one, if you got part one correct, put 10 up under that 51. Well, just put 10 on, put plus 10 on this page. That's all, just put plus 10. Problem one is plus 10.
What if you missed one?
You didn't miss it, you gave me the answer.
I'm correcting other papers.
All right.
That's wrong. Equals 56 instead of 40.
So we missed 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
Oh, plus 8. Anybody else miss anything? Okay. Um, There don't be much for problem two. Now, problem two, for our cash budget for the first 3 months of next year, beginning cash is 50,000. Okay, you got your purchase already done on this, but I gave you a big bunch of points, just a little bitty part. You got all your expenses up there. So Georgia, what is your cash balance on January?
67,600.
I meant to ask Lorenzo, what you have, Larry?
67,600.
Everybody else has 67,600. We're gonna take that as an answer, hope it's right. Okay. Caitlin, you have 67. Okay, Kate, Caitlin, what do you have for February?
84,000.
Sound good? 84,300?
Yep.
And what do you have for March, Caitlin? 112,300. 1083, 1083, 1083, 1083. Okay, majority is 1083. All right. Gosh, I've got to count that at least 20 out of the 49. Okay. If you got that in mind, it's a plus 20. All right, you missed 1 out of 20. We made a plus 1 out of 3, plus 15. That is P.
He got everything. All three.
Got all three, but he missed the purchase. But,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So that's a plus 20 and a plus 10. We need 19 more points. All right. Count these up short answers. 16, is that 16? Like, yeah, which one?
Which one?
Count 16. It looks like 16. Right?
Oh,
A through B.
yeah, that's 16.
Okay. Now these will count 1 point apiece. But now if you got 10 and 20, and these are 1 point apiece, that's only 16, and I need 49. So you get a free 3 points, so a plus 3 for everybody. Everybody gets a plus 3. Now, let's see if you can get a plus 16. All right? Materials purchase price variance. All right, let's start with you. Hey, materials purchase price variance. 6,000 available. Anybody match that?
Yeah.
All right. Olivia B. Bar, standard quantity allowed for materials.
78,000.
Good? 15, good number. C. Mark Caitlin, total standard cost of materials. 312, that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, D, Caitlin, actual quantity of materials used.
79,600.
Like it's 79,600.
Yeah.
All right, how about your labor rate variance, Lorenzo?
4,720 after
Say 40,000.
4,720
All right, 4,720. Is that good?
after.
All in favor? Georgia, how about Ian? Standard hours allowed for labor?
58.50.
That's 68,050 or
No, 58.50.
like 55,850, is that right? Okay. Okay, G, anybody? 35,000. 35,100. H, labor efficiency,
300 unfavorable.
300 unfavorable. Actual borough overhead incurred, I,
47,300.
47,300. All right. Standard machine hours allowed. How much, Paul?
18,700.
Correct? That's okay. Borough overhead efficiency burns, K,
450 unfavorable.
450 unfavorable. Office now, we've got on degree. Budget fixed overhead, 57,000. Okay. And applied fixed overhead,
6,960.
56,960.
160.
160. Okay. And N fixed overhead spending purpose,
1,000 unfavorable.
30,000.
3,000.
3,000 on paper. And O, the volume burns, 840 on paper. And P, total overhead burning,
4,340 unfavorable.
12,300.
4,340.
4,300 on paper. Now that's your next 16 points. I don't know how many of these answers might have been from 2 burns or 3 burns or 4 burns. I did not specify that on the test. But I feel like, should be able to do a cash budget. I know you had your book. And I feel like you should be able to do these occurrences. I know you had your book. Okay? Some of these you had to work backwards on and make you think. So count those up that you got right at 16. Now you got a plus 51, a plus 16, a plus 20, a plus 10, and a plus 3 to give you 100. And all of you didn't have those higher numbers.
Do you want us to write it down?
Then I want you to put the second part of your grade under that. Yeah.
We put it on the schedule.
Yeah. Good. Add up 49 points on your take-home test and add it on the Scantron. And I add them together for you. Did we have any kind of bonuses?
I thought you said we were supposed to turn in consequences.
On 37. Anybody else have problem 37?
It is under there.
Yours, Rob? I'll take it. Anybody else have that problem? Problem 37.
You want to test it? Kevin.
All right, what's Kevin's? Okay, my main concern is the scan control, okay, right now. Now, if you found that problem 37, you would add on 5 points on there. What joke you had?
37, I'll tell it to you.
I had to know that on this.
Right? Bring it to me, too. That'd be fine. On 37. Bring it to me, too. For sure, bring it to me, too, so it ain't on 5 points. I just want to make Okay. Olivia made a natural 100. Natural 100 was 100 before the 5 points. Good. But anyway, all of you did well, a couple of C's. 5 A's. It's not bad. You did good. Okay. Now, we need to get on with business, and that is a chapter on joint cost. We've got 2 days and a half an hour. That's what we've got. 2 chapters. Next week, 2 days. All right, so we're going to the chapter on joint cost. And I think I told you what that chapter was. What is it? Chapter 11 or what? Chapter 11? Okay, let me try to give you some kind of background without the PowerPoint right now. You all know what they make out of oil? When you get crude oil, they refine it. What can you make out of oil? All right, now let's just start with fuel. We're gonna make fuel out of this oil. What kind of fuel can you make out of oil? Gasoline, of course, 3 grades. Maybe 4 of them. Diesel, kerosene, and so on. All right, let's go to a sawmill now. You get a tree out of the mountain, and you gotta get the bark off of it or whatever. But out that log, you may get some 2 by 6s or 2 by 4s. So there's joint cost in getting that log out of the mountain. There's joint cost in getting that log bark taken off. Now the cost separates when you start making 2 by 4s and 2 by 6s. Getting the oil out of the ground, getting it shipped, getting it bought, getting it in storage or whatever. This is total cost of kerosene, for gasoline. But we split it out into 3 grades, 87, 89, 93. Even though there's, boy, I've seen grade 85, I've seen grade 20, grade 92. But it has the same cost up to a certain point. But now if you split it off, you got 3 grades of gasoline, you put different ingredients in different grades, then the cost is set. So that's what this chapter is about. Joint cost. Now, byproduct at a sawmill. I worked at a sawmill. In the summer, I got out of the 7th grade. Full time at a sawmill. And worked around a big old saw blade that fit in your car. Now they would not allow that to happen. But when they sawed those logs and made lumber, the byproducts, they had wood. We call it either slabs or strips. There was waste from that log, but they sold it to homeowners for wood for their stoves or fireplaces. Back then, it was probably stove. You had a fireplace that was built in and called it grate or something. Okay. Anyway, I got a question for Lorenzo, Giorgio. You know what a tombstone is, don't you? Tombstone.
Very good, yeah. The one of the cemeteries and stuff.
Yeah. Giorgio didn't know that. They called it a grave marker. Which is the same thing. Okay. Anyway, the other thing, some of you ever thought of this, I don't know what your religion is, it doesn't matter to me. Everybody has some kind of religion, even if it's none. Okay, somebody told me yesterday when we get baptized, and I told them it's about time they bought some fire insurance. All right. But anyway, Person didn't get that at first, so it finally sunk in. Okay, so joint cost, let's look at a couple of things on PowerPoint for a couple of minutes. And your byproduct from a log was that wood that they sow. Now, some sawmills may sell sawdust, which is a byproduct. All right, you got a joint process, single process, in which one product cannot be manufactured without making the other product. Thanks, Kevin. All right. Extractive industries, ag industries, food industries, chemical industries. Now, you're in the ag industry. You may go out there and plow that field, and you may fertilize that field. All right? May put some kind of weed killer on that field, but that maybe that 10 acres has tomatoes and corn, beans. Those joint cost up to a certain point. Okay? Now, picking the beans is its own cost. Or picking the tomatoes will be its own cost. Okay, so chemical industries that produce both first quality and factory seconds. Now, a joint product is not a second. A byproduct is not a second. Okay, here's a lot of bull. Okay. You raise this 1,000 pound steer, and you got joint cost in raising that steer. Now, if you just take it to the stock market and sell it, that's easy. You got sales price minus cost is gross profit, even on selling that steer. But if you cut it up, you get better. You might get some waste and steaks. Now, here's something somebody might not want to hear. Now, out of fats and acids, beef byproducts and scrap, you get chewing gum. Comes from the fats. You can put it in paint, dog food, and tires. All right. Now, the intestines of this 1,000 pound bull. You can make sausage castings, guitar strings, surgical tubes. I don't know what that would be. All right, now, Giorgio, tennis racket strings.
What?
Tennis racket strings comes out of the belly of a bull.
You didn't know it. Oh, you knew it. Of course. I mean, but not the one that we use. Like, it's the most expensive one. Like, the one that Roger Federer uses is like, it's out of that intestine. No. And for real.
Giorgio learned something today that's not a chem. All right? But now, look on. Nothing can go to waste here. Out of the side and hair, you can make clothing, saddles, insulation, luggage, and artist brushes. Now, out of the bones and the horns and the hooves, you can make combs and toothbrushes. Dog biscuits, piano keys out of the bones, ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah, shampoos and conditioners. So, Olivia, do you have any bull bones on your hair? Shampoos and conditioners. Okay. Now the manure. Even the manure from these animals can be used for methane gas. And it can be used for some kind of fertilizer. So nothing has to go to waste on an animal. Now we can take a hog and do the same thing. Okay? So pork and beef. All right, you see there is a lot of byproducts, but most of the thing we want from this is a T-bone steak, sirloin steak, or some other kind of steak, ribeye. Joint costs, material, labor, and overhead incurred up to the same process. All right. A joint process produces joint products, primary outputs of a joint process, byproducts, scrap, and waste. Now, we got to learn how to cost these joint products, how to cost this byproduct. What do we do with this scrap? We're going to sell it. We don't want to throw it away. If we sell it, we're going to get cash. And we may want to reduce our cost of goods sold or our manufacturing overhead. We'll reduce something by selling that scrap. And waste, residual output with no sales value. Now, waste, residual output with no sales value. Now, principles of accounting, now they talk about waste as being, add to pollution. And the waste from a lot of these products have polluted our streams, polluted some soil, and so forth. Now, two of my accounting one students had toured the bottle plant with glass. And they could see materials and labor and overhead in action. But the plant I toured, I had toured that ball plant also. And I took PBL students there when I sponsored PBL. And there was another plant that made Chevrolet door panels, pickup trucks, and cars. Now they believed in no waste. Now they probably had joint costs if they were making a door panel or an armrest or whatever they were making. But they had no byproducts, no scrap, and no waste. They recycled everything. If they had scrap metal, they remelted and used it. If they had scrap plastic, they remelted and used it. Okay? So I was impressed that they recycled everything at that plant. They had no scrap, no waste. Now we're going to have cost up to, separate cost to be later, but up to the split off point, we have joint costs that we've got to allocate it. Now joint costs are sunk costs, that means bygone costs. Now, joint costs may be reduced by the sales value of byproducts or scrap. You might be able to reduce that. If you sell scrap or a byproduct, it would reduce your joint costs. Oh boy, now we got a chicken soup company. Okay? Talk about food a lot in this chapter, aren't it? From the bull, the cow, to the chicken. Okay. So, we got this D's Chicken Soup Company. They're going to make chicken noodle and chicken and dumplings and chicken and rice. But up to a certain point, you got joint costs. But now these have different costs because the noodles or the dumplings or the rice may cost different to add. All right. Anyway, we got joint input cost. People from Southwest Virginia, when I was growing up, when they got out of high school, they went to 3 places to work if they didn't go to college. They went to Norfolk to work on shipbuilding. They went to Detroit, like some of my family did, to work in the car industry. Or they went to somewhere in Ohio to work at Campbell Soup Company. So many people from Southwest Virginia has worked in these soup companies in Ohio and West Virginia. Okay, you got this basic soup here with nothing in it. When it splits off, you add these different items and you got different costs. And we know what opportunity cost is. The opportunity cost to make a chicken and rice is not making chicken and dumplings. So we got a primary output, our product. We got a byproduct, a scrap product, a waste product. Allocating joint costs. Each method may allocate a different cost to joint products. So we got a physical measure and we got a monetary measure. I don't think you have to know all these details under physical measure. This is easy under this type of measure. Your joint cost is $150 and you got 300 pounds, whether it be beef or chicken or whatever, and that's 50 cents a pound. Now you can do what you want to after and add what you want to it. Monetary recognizes revenue. All right, now this is sales value split off. This is net realized value when you see NRV. Approximate NRV is realized value. All right, let's look at these products. Choose a monetary allocation base, sales value split off. List values that comprise the basis for each joint cost. We got product ABC, revenue is 145. That adds up to $10,000, sum of all revenue. Now you can allocate your joint cost to that if you want to. Revenue from A product is 10%, from C product is 50%. So if our joint cost is $3,000, we can multiply it by 10, 40, and 50. So that's our net realized value after split off. So if we know what we can sell these items for, we'll be using this method in some exercises. Then we can get equivalent units divided into the cost per product and get the cost per equivalent unit. All right, that's just a few. I don't have time, and I'm not going to go through all these PowerPoints. I'm going to take the books with you Tuesday. And what I want you to do between now and Tuesday definitely is read chapter 11. And let me give you a couple of exercises from chapter 11. Most of you are here today. Just Panda is missing. Read chapter 11 and read it well. We've got to do a lot of practice on byproducts and joint costs and scrap and look at any entry. So the exercise I'm going to have you look at is, all right, 12, 13, 16, 17. We'll start with those exercises. Now we got to finish this chapter next week, and it may be the only chapter we have on the exam. One chapter.
You're not going to cover another chapter.
Well, I wanted to cover this chapter on capital budgeting And we'll see what we get done Tuesday. The exam may be only on one chapter. Okay, see you all Tuesday.
Do you think we could take the final like the Friday after of next week? Because we might be leaving for nationals.
Yeah, I'll try to have it made, yes.
Do you think so?
Yeah. We'll try, yeah.
Just look, today we have practice at 12:30, so I won't be able to come to Texas.
What, tennis practice?
Yeah, 12:30 because in the afternoon it's supposed to rain, and we want to do
Okay,
it
watch the
earlier.
videotape. We're gonna look at a bunch of solutions today. And
All right.
so on, okay,
Sounds good. Have a good day. All right.
you too.